AFA is Houston's largest nonprofit provider of music education programs for young people in the city of Houston. For 18 years, the AFA Composition Department has had a partnership with the Houston Ballet Academy that is known as the Composer-Choreographer Collaboration. All of the young composers and the young choreographers from the Houston Ballet Academy Summer Intensive come together to discuss their mutual interests and types of works that they would like to do. Faculty members at the Ballet Academy and at the AFA Summer Conservatory pair the students up based on those mutual interests. The process continues as the composers go back to the AFA campus and begin work on the music that will be part of the collaboration. The young choreographers begin to learn who their casts will be, how many dancers will be available to them, what kinds of costumes they might like to use, how lighting and makeup will be used, and ultimately they begin the rehearsal process with the music as it is delivered down to the academy. 1 week before the AFA premieres, choreographers show their pieces to the artistic staff at the Houston Ballet Academy and receive feedback on the technical aspects of their works. After the AFA premiere, choreographers have an additional few weeks to finalize their works.
For my choreography, I kind of wanted it to show diacope, which is the title of the piece, which is a form of alliteration in which words are repeated with very little in between. So I connected that to kind of canon use in different sections. I developed sort of a phrase and a certain arm movement. And then I took that to my dancers and I saw what they did with it. And I took what they did with it and created more on them. I do movement and then I layer it upon itself and keep refining and refining. I worked with Daniel Shebib, and I think the thing that drew me to him the most out of all the composers was he talked about an idea of layering his music on itself. That sounded really awesome because that's kind of how I like to choreograph.
So the original idea for the piece was to have something really imitative, so where the instruments imitate each other a lot. The idea was that it would build into a really like nice, beautiful sounding harmony just through that imitation.
I basically listened to it maybe 20 times on repeat and listened for the rhythms and how we could expand upon the piece of music itself.
The idea of imitative lines was something that I don't think I would have jumped to myself. So the fact that he put that idea in my head and got it going, it actually made me branch out a little bit more than I usually would.
I had to take what the composer gave me, develop something dance-wise with the music that I was given, then take it to my dancers, see what they did with it, and then come back to my dancers and say, okay, here's the movement that we're gonna do. The part that had the most impact on me was when I took choreography to the dancers and maybe some of it didn't look well, and I had to learn how I can't force choreography. It just kind of has to happen naturally.